Hey guys, Avi Ale here from She Heals I Tank with another episode of DrinkAbout Eorzea. Today's drinks are inspired by one of my favorite elements in Final Fantasy, and that is glamoring. So I'm going to show you 3 different things you can do to change the presentation of your champagne. And I'm too lazy to open it, so I'm going to make Vegan Pete do the honors. Yay, no mess. Okay, so my first drink that I'm doing is a mimosa. Basically, you take a champagne flute, add however much orange juice you want to add to it. I don't like mine too orange juicy because I like the champagne, and you pour it on top. Cool trick is that if you put the orange juice in first, then you're not going to have that crazy foam that you're going to have to contend with and pour the champagne twice. So boom, mimosa, super easy, very classic. You know, you can always just champagne it on its own, but you got this lovely little fun thing here. Second, one of my favorite things to do is a classic champagne cocktail. So what I've gotten here is a classic champagne glass, which you can use a flute if you want, but we want it to look different. It's glamoring, right? So in here, I've got 2 brown sugar cubes. You can use white sugar cubes, that's totally fine. And this is some orange zest. To get these funky little skinny, you know, orange zesty peels, we've got this weird little doohickey thing. It kind of looks like a hand, like grr. And all you do is come in here and come in. Well, okay, I'm sucking at it now, but you don't do it like that. This orange is a little old. There you go. Once you get it started, the trick to getting them long is to hold down that piece and then not have a camera on you, because when you have a camera on you, you suddenly can't do it. See, you get some nice little long pieces, and then you just kind of twirl those on top. One of my favorite elements for cocktails is bitters. These are Angostura aromatic bitters. They're kind of like an orangey sort of flavor. They add a lovely aromatic element, and they make your cocktails taste a lot less sweet, and so it's kind of fun. It gives a nice just edge to it. So you've got 1 to 2 sugar cubes. You're going to go probably 1 to 2 shakes of your bitters. So you can do more or less, and then top with champagne. So here you get your fizzies. I'm gonna fill a little more because I like less champagne. And that's a classic champagne cocktail. Finally, we're getting a little fancy, because if this is fancy for you, well then you need to come to my party so I can fancify you. This is a grapefruit and sage cocktail. So first you're gonna start with some grapefruit juice. And then we made some simple syrup. Well, I made some simple syrup. This simple syrup is equal parts sugar and water. So I did half a cup of sugar, half a cup of water on the stove, and you just kind of stir it until it starts to melt. You don't want to boil it because then you start turning into caramel and stuff. But so once it starts to melt and you don't see those granules of sugar, throw in some fresh sage. And let that sit there for about 30 seconds. And it will get this lovely sage. It doesn't take very long at all, but it's delicious. So you're going to do, for one cocktail, 3 ounces of grapefruit juice. And then you're going to do 2 ounces of your sage simple syrup. Using a mason jar here because you can kind of see exactly how much you're adding rather than having to measure it all out. We're going back to our bitters because, like I said, I loved it. We're doing 3 big shakes. And then look, if you don't have a shaker, that's okay. It's what mason jars are for. Mix it together, make it really cold. And then we'll hope that all of this will fit in our pretty glass that has been garnished with some more fresh sage. Get your little doohickey out, because that's the technical term. Pour that on top. Okay, maybe that's too small of a glass. So you know what you do when that happens? You go back to your freezer, throw another ice cube in there, and it looks a little more full. So that's my 3 versions of a glamoured champagne cocktail. Mimosa, classic, and grapefruit sage. If you guys want to check out these recipes or our podcast, they are at veganpete.com. We're on iTunes and Stitcher, and I don't even know what else. Pete does all that stuff. But so thank you guys. I hope you enjoy.